Hey everyone, Trey with the Trey Brews channel, coming here with another kit. We've got the Craft Brew, there we go, Craft Brew brown ale kit. This is a 1 gallon batch extract kit. First off, included here, first things first, is the specialty grains and the bag that we will steep those in. Then we have a 1 1/4 pound of Pilsen Light dried malt extract. Then we have Fuggle hops, Fuggle, excuse me if I say that wrong, but just 1 pouch of hops that we add at the very start of the 60-minute boil. And then of course the kit comes with the Craft Brew fresh yeast and their one-step sanitizer. However, unfortunately, not included with this kit is a fine bottle of inspiration. So that's all we'll need for this. I've got back there about a gallon. I'm switching it up a little today. I've got a gallon and about a 1/4 gallon extra of water. This is a 1 gallon kit, but I wanted to do more of a full boil instead of a partial. I hope we don't have extra water in there. I think that the boiling will be fine. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have the water heated up. It's almost at exactly 160 degrees. So we've got the grains in the grain bag. We're gonna drop them in here and set a timer for 15 minutes. As I always say, they kind of steep like tea does. Once you have the water heated up in tea, you drop in the tea bag or however you do it, and it just steeps out the tea, or in this case it gets all of the sugars and good flavors, good scents out of the grains here. So again, 15 minutes and then we'll withdraw these. Okay, so the timer is about to go off for these grains. We're almost at 15 full minutes. I just cranked up the heat to high because we have to bring this up to the point where it very first starts boiling. There goes the 15-minute timer you just heard, so I'll let this steep a little. So again, I just turned it up to high. We're going to bring this up to where it very first starts boiling, and that's when we'll add in the dry malt extract. Alright, so we are getting started at a boil here. So I'm going to go ahead and start stirring in this malt extract. And definitely be careful watching for boil overs at this point. The water actually just rose a lot more than I've seen in a while. Surely because the water in here is really hot, or wort rather. Okay, so we got all of the malt extract added in. It's starting to smell really good. I'm just mixing in the rest of it here. And we're going to bring this up to a rolling boil. And once we do, that's when we'll add in the hops and start the 60-minute boil. Okay, so we just got up to a rolling boil. So first things first, we're going to add this firm cap product. You add 2 drops per gallon. Got about a gallon in here, so 1, 2. And that helps break that, kind of break the top of the foam, so it prevents boil overs basically. Cheap product. This is gonna last a lot of boils, and it was just a few dollars. So anyway, we got that dropped in, and then we have the hops. Just a little bit of hops here added to this bag. Drop it in, and this is definitely a time when you want to watch for boil overs. The hops really react to the wort here, so I'm going to stir it up a bit, get it mixed in, and then I've got my timer started, or I will start the timer rather, for 60 minutes, and then actually 45 minutes, and I'll explain why I say 45 minutes when we come back here. Okay, we are at 15 minutes left into the boil. So I've got some Irish moss in this piece of Tupperware here, if you can kind of see it. You use a teaspoon per 5 pounds, so I tried to use about, or 5 gallons rather. So I tried to use about 1/5 of a teaspoon. This helps with clarifying the beer, making it clear in the end. You have to rehydrate it, that's why it's in water. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in here. And finish out with the 15 minutes in the boil, and then we'll come back and put that in the sink and chill it down quickly. We are at 20 seconds left into the 60-minute boil. Again, just had one hop addition and the Irish moss, so I just turned the heat off. You can probably hear my water running in the sink right here. And so as soon as this gets done, which is basically right now, I'm going to move it over to the sink and just hold water for now to take the initial really high heat out of this, and then we'll add some ice after replacing the water, make an ice bath and get this down to 75 degrees. Just wanted to show the ice bath that we've got here. You can see I've got some ice packs over here that I've already used to take the initial really hot heat out, but it's melting some of this ice. I think it's just about done here. So again, we'll check the water with the sanitized thermometer and see if it's down to 75 degrees. And then that's when we'll get everything into the gallon fermenter we have. As the wort is chilling, we've got a piece of Tupperware here with the sanitizer solution, the thermometer, bung, hose. I'll put the yeast in soon, the carboy, and the funnel. Everything that's going to be touching the wort will be sanitized. So we're actually about to put this and the funnel in the sink, run that liquid through there, and have everything sanitized, and then we'll pour it into here. Okay, so we've got our sanitizing solution over here. I'm going to go ahead and take out everything that's been sanitized. So what we're going to do, we've got the funnel, and then just below the funnel, of course, is the carboy. We're going to take this sanitizing solution, and sorry about that, I knew I was forgetting something. It happens with brewing. I forgot the scissors, which we use to cut open the yeast, and a glass of water with about that much water, sanitized water. So again, I knew I was forgetting something, we just sanitized that as well. So, back to where we were. Pouring in the sanitizing solution into that carboy. So the funnel was sanitized as well. Put that back over here. Gonna pick this up. And man, is this easier to do 1 gallon versus 5 gallons that I've been doing. So, but anyways, we're gonna shake this up for about a minute. Make sure everything's sanitized. Pour this out, and then use the funnel to put the wort down in here. I scooted the camera back, so hopefully you can see this a little better. So carboy right below the funnel. Then we're going to take the wort and simply pour it down into the carboy. Okay. So again, something I did, oops, sorry for that. Something I did a little different with this batch was I added about a gallon and an extra quarter of a gallon to try to do more of a full boil instead of partial. So you'll see we're close to the gallon mark, but definitely not all the way up there. So I'm going to finish adding it up to the 1 gallon mark, and then we'll aerate this. Okay, so we're up to a full gallon. Put my hand over the bung that I just put in here. Bung is sanitized, my hand just got sanitized. So now we're going to aerate the wort. And what this does is the yeast that we're going to add next, it needs a lot of oxygen. So we are creating that inside of here. Okay, so the wort is aerated. Now we're using the yeast, cutting that open with sanitized scissors. And since the packet of yeast has been sanitized, we can allow it to touch the fermenter. everything's sanitized. Make sure I get all of that in there. If you don't know, yeast is very important in making beer. So we got the stopper on there again. Just give it one last shake to make sure that all of that yeast is added in. We are in the room where I do all of my fermentation. So we've got the 5 gallons of Oktoberfest on the left, 5 gallons of the Craft Brew Orange Golden on the right, and a 6.5 gallon carboy, which I've got to get filled up soon. Anyway, here's the brown ale that we started today. It's got the hose connected in the hole at the top of the bung, going over to this glass of sanitized water to use as a blow-off. So any of the gases will go through there and just make bubbles over there. So that's everything as far as brewing goes. Just going to make sure with this temperature reader that I've got on there that it's within the about 60 to 76 degree range, which is pretty easy. So we'll come back in about a month or 5 weeks or so, and we'll give a little bit of a review of this beer, see how it tastes. Maybe me and a friend, I don't know, but we'll try it out. See you then, and if you like the video or like my videos, be sure to subscribe. We'll keep the videos coming, and you can check me out at treybrews.com.